Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao-Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsongkhong. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dukten Dorje. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice today. Namo Siddhi Garbha Bodhisattva with the greatest vow. Tsumu. All Dhamma masters, Dhamma educators. 太小声。Our VIPs today are Madam to Ambassador Daniel Liao, the Taipei rep to Norway and Sweden. Accountant to Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa. And Dr. Olivia Tung. Good evening, everyone. How do you do? Impossible to hear.
他们本来应该要站起来，让大家这个自我介绍，自我介绍给大家认识。结果我看眼地来的，或者有一段时间没有来的。 来眼地来的，一段时间没有来的，或者是第一次来的，他来了10个，自我介绍的只有1个，等于9个通通都是云场式的。他们为什么要藏起自己的那么伟大的身份？ 当然，你如果是从那个梅兰腔了，从梅兰腔了来的，那么其实不要站起来自我介绍。按从其他地方来的，都可以自我介绍的，为什么都不肯呢？哦，还有很多人都是从很远地方来。 像我看到的这个Cambodia 来的
，like those from California.
他是前先生在Cambodia在做这个地产。
Doing some real estate in California, right? Single.
在Cambodia也经营得不错。
And it's pretty good business. in California. How old are you? 34. Young man. Still very young. So single, 34, and now he's in California. Has a real estate business that he can build 2 temples in California and have decided to get it done soon. But the key here is that he's single. Can you turn around to show everybody? 360 degrees. Turn, please. For what? And his figure's not bad, and his face is nice and square. He should belong to the black Jambala. Okay, please be seated. Just a simple example. Actually, there are many more. They're all good, capable people. I hope you introduce yourselves, because 10 people came, but only 2 introduced themselves. So today we practice Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. So actually, Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva is also my personal deity or yidam, meditational deity. 要不要拔掉？可能比较清楚。
作为第一次，我看见了是金母，他帮我开了这个天眼。
First time I saw golden light to open my divine eyes. So I treated Golden Mother as my yidam, and the second who appeared to me was Amitabha Tathagata. And so I treated Amitabha Tathagata as my yidam. And the third one who appeared was Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. So I treated Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva as my yidam too. That's why Grandmaster has 3 yidams. Golden Mother as the first yidam, Amitabha as the second yidam, and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva as the third yidam. So that's based on my own visions. And then I use them as my basic yidam, or personal deities, or main meditational deities. So whatever I do is based on reasons, like what we just chanted. Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name, Amitabhas. Om Amidevase. That's also my yidam. But why do we have to recite it? Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha. Why? There's some basis to this too. There's some reasons to this too. In the beginning, when I started my Buddhist practice, I did chant the Pure Land. And I got a book titled Nagar Naga or Dragon Comfort Pure Land verses. Of course, it belongs to the Pure sect, and it talks about a lot of spiritual responses. And in it, there was an article. There was an elderly lady that's quite old, and she made a great vow. So, when we were young, at our house, we have like a barrel of rice. So, as big as the cylinder to burn paper money, and then we'll take some rice to cook to eat every day. So the elderly lady made a vow that she wanted to chant Amitabha Buddha, and every time she chanted once, she would take a grain of rice and Amitabha with 1 grain of rice. So this old lady, after making the vow, she did chant every day Amitabha with 1 grain of rice and Amitabha with a grain of rice. But you know, the grains of rice are tiny and the barrel is very deep. So after many years, 1 or 2 years, there were still lots of rice. There were still a lot of rice grains inside the bucket. And she knew that her body was not good anymore and she was about to die. But there were still lots of rice inside the bucket. And she started to cry. The old lady, whenever she cannot resolve her problems, then she would cry. And she said, "Oh no, my vow will not be fulfilled." And then the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas appeared to her and told her, "You need to chant Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification of Amitabha. And after you chant that, you can pour the rice grains from the bucket, and you completed it." So when the old lady died, there were some auspicious signs. There were 36,119,500 Amitabha Buddhas. All appeared and guided her to the Pure Land. So that was really nice, auspicious signs. there was rainbow light in the whole house.
看到哇，这么好。
When I read that, I thought, I started to chant it. So that's how I chant Amitabha Buddha. Namo 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name and identification Amitabha. Namo 36,114,500同名同号阿弥陀佛 is based on what I read at this Long Su Pure Slam verse. And then I consulted with the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They said, okay, and they said, okay. I chanted it every day, but sometimes I also just chant the single Amitabha. When I have time, then I would chant Amitabha. But when the time is tight, then I would chant Namo 36,114,500同名同号阿弥陀佛. And once I talked about it, then all true Buddha disciples chanted this way. So normally, you would also want to chant the single Amitabha. In Taichung, the Jiao Spiritual Center, they chant like this, the 4 syllables. That's how they chanted the 4 syllables. That's the 4-syllable chanting, and there's also the 6-syllable chanting. And that's Namo Amitabha. And I also listened to a record. That's how it chanted, and that melody was also good for the 6 syllables one. This way, there's some bit quick rhythm or slow one. That's a slow one. So it depends on your mind. If you have lots of time, you can chant the slow one and imprint it in your heart. That's very good. The Buddha once said, to teach you to be in concentration, to be single-minded. And Lao Tzu also said, so by being single-minded, you can achieve everything. And the Buddha also said, if you can be single-minded, you can do everything. So it teaches you to be single-minded. And in Amitabha Sutra, it also mentioned about the single-mindedness to chant Amitabha. Then the Buddha, Amitabha, will appear to guide you, to meet you. At the moment of death, you're focused and single-minded, and you just chant the name of the Buddha, Amitabha. Amitabha, just a few times in total focus, and the Buddha will respond and guide you to the Pure Land. And the same thing with Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. So Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva is not just the head or the savior of the spirit world. And Sakyamuni Buddha went to the Tushita heaven to give Dharma teaching to his mother, the Queen Maya, about Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. So all the Siddhigarbha Bodhisattvas of the Saha world gathered together. And then the Buddha told Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, in the future, when I enter into parinirvana, before the next Buddha appears, actually at the Trayatrimsa heaven. So all the heavens and the earth would be entrusted to Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. So Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva is also very great. So he is the head or the savior of the spirit world. If you can chant the name of Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, Siddhigarbha appears in the heavenly realms, Asura in the heavenly realm, in the hells and hungry ghosts and animal realms. Siddhigarbha exists in all those realms, and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva made the greatest vows. And his vow was that before hell is empty, he vowed never to become a Buddha. That's why we refer to him as Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva with the greatest vow. He could only attain Buddhahood when hell is empty. So his style could be said to be the shepherd style in his deliverance of sentient beings. It means that the sheep or the goats would be in the front and the shepherd would be last. The shepherd will not walk in front of the sheep and not in the middle with the sheep, but at the back. So only when all sentient beings attain Buddhahood, then he would attain Buddhahood. So that's the greatest vow. That's why Grandmaster truly revere and admire Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva, and Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva is one of Grandmaster's yidams. And Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva has six attendants, and one of them is the attendant with great power, which now is the Mahabala of True Buddha School. So of the six attendants, one of them is with great power, which is now has become the Mahabala, who especially appeared to protect True Buddha School. So Grandmaster has extremely close affinity with Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. True Buddha School is very closely related or connected to Siddhigarbha Bodhisattva. And today we will continue to talk about Lamdre. Today we will talk about the broad path of the convenient Dharma. In Tantrayana, there are two kinds of spiritual cultivations. One is the convenient path of skillful means, and the other one is the ultimate path of enlightenment. So they're the same as two grounds. One is the worldly ground, and the other one is the supreme ground. And in Tantrayana, there's the development stages and perfection stage. And development stages typically refer to the convenient Dharma. And the perfection stage refer to the wisdom path or the ultimate path. So let me talk about this. These are all just the titles that would be explained later. Divided into 5. One is the pure, bright seal or mudra. The equality between body and speech, equality of all desires, equality of all blessings, and fifth instruction for the absorption. So now we talk about the pure bright seal or mudra, divided into 5 for the inborn. So what is the pure bright seal or mudra? So the inner tantra of Lamdre, we talk from generating inner fire, and toward the end of the inner tantra, what we will talk about today belongs to the highest yoga tantra. And in it there is this pure bright mudra, or this mudra of the consort, and pure, and how to purify the mudra of a consort, or also called karma mudra. Some people call it as karma mudra, and there's also wisdom mudra. Divided into 5, the inborn or born with. There are 5 kinds. 5 kinds of consorts that were born with it. One is inborn beast skull. Don't worry about the name. It's not like the consort that's inborn as a beast. That's not what it means. Don't worry about the names. So the breasts are firm. We all know the qualifications. The breasts are full and firm, are real. So what you can see with your eyes are not necessarily real, because sometimes they're made. She may have been really flat, like the washboard with 2 nails. But she went to a plastic surgeon, and then it became full and firm, and you cannot tell. There was a minister that said that you can tell if you touch it, but I don't know. That's the minister who said it, not me. And the bottom is round and voluptuous and firm, and the waist is slim. But according to the name, like beast has no slim waist. The beast would have really thick waist, but no, her waist is slim. And leisure footsteps when walking, very relaxed and calm. And she doesn't glint or wink upon seeing a man. She would look directly into you, into the eyes. And her body odor and secret place smell of musk. So the body odor and the secret place has the smell of musk. And this is, she's inborn with it. It's very difficult to encounter this kind of girl. There was someone from New York and just took refuge. Last week, she was still here, not this week. She has the mark of this inborn beast girl. When she saw Grandmaster, the two eyes shot light. It's very rare to have those kind of women. Most women nowadays are very submissive. So the body odor and secret place has the smell of a musk. Musk is a kind of Chinese herb, medicine. Nowadays, very rare to have a woman to have such a smell, such a smell. You have to be born with it. The second kind is called inborn conch girl. So, not like typical a fragile woman. She has big bones, and the flesh is soft and smooth. And most importantly is here, on her navel chakra, there is a right, like the screw, you know. Like the thread of the screw. You can check yourself at home. To the right. As we all know, like the like a conch, you know, or like a screw, you know. You turn to the right and then turning inward. And she has great strength. And she's very fast in doing whatever she's doing. Her voice is bright and she speaks fast. So her voice is clear and bright and she speaks fast. So if you notice like a screw, it's always rotating like this. Only the inborn consort has this kind of marks. The third kind is the inborn elephant gull. How do you pronounce this? In general, she is voluptuous with rather short limbs, has great strength, small eyes, big ears, and when she sweats, she smells extremely aromatic or fragrant. She is intelligent, has wise, but not so many desires. And the bees loathed it. So what it meant is, inborn elephant girl is the ears have to be long and big. Very few to find girls with long ears. Typically, women have short ears, and men have longer ears. Big and long. As long as the lower than the mouth. Our grandmaster's ear is lower than the mouth. I often pull it down to lengthen it. When I was young, my ears were very short. It's like the ears of a mouse. So, mouse ear, and after pulling them, now it's lower than the mouth. That's why Po Qing often said that Dad's ears are man-made, but I didn't go for plastic surgery. I just do that, and it's this long. The ears long and big, and when she sweats, she smells extremely fragrant. There's some fragrance even when she sweats. This is very rare. There will be fragrance when you sweat. As a doctor, Dr. Chung, for men, they always have foul sweat, but for women, we always call it fragrant sweats. But that's just an idiom. But truly, very rare to find someone to sweat and smells fragrant. And there was one who never sweats. Do you know whom? How come you know? Because she has no skin pores. Most of us have skin pores, but she doesn't have any. First, she doesn't have skin pores, so she doesn't sweat. So then
自然有香味，
she would
也是很少
be
具
fragrant
象有这
naturally.
种特征。
That's very rare.
聪明又有智慧，
Intelligent and wise, and Sumo also has that.
寡欲，欲望很少。
Few desires.
师母也欲望也很少。
Sumo also has few
比较
desires.
低，他不属于有欲望的那一种，欲望很强的
She's
那一
not
种。
one with strong desires. Her desires are few.
蜂糖蚕之，就是蜜蜂很喜欢叮它，
So the bees
因
love
为身
to
上有
sting
香味，
her
就会
because
有这个蜜蜂会过来。对，
because of the fragrance.
这是第
So
三
the
种，
bees
这
would
都
come.
是天生的。
So these were all
第四种是
inborn.
具
That was the
闻
third kind. And then the fourth kind
它的
is
肉
the
色是
inborn
稍微红色，
vein lines or
它的
pattern
肚脐上面有三
go.
竖纹，
The flesh is slightly
见过
pink.
没有？
There are
肚脐上面有三条纹，
3 vertical lines above the navel,
竖起来的纹，三竖纹，眉间有一竖纹，
and a
在
vertical
两个
line
眉毛中间有
between the 2 eyebrows.
中间有一个竖纹，这是要看相的，就是眉间有一竖纹。
So
我
you
见过
have to
眉间
check
有
the
一竖纹，
face. Yeah, I've seen someone with 1 line
它的
on the
四
brow
肢
point,
都是
and her 4 limbs are long
细，
and nimble,
手都是细
graceful
跟长， 身肢
long
多有
and
吉祥纹，吉
graceful
祥纹则大
skin.
吉。
The
虽
more
然
auspicious
身子
marks
衣
are on the
爱
limbs, the better.
如此者，因特
Even
善
after giving birth, she loves and protects children. This way, she's worthy of special praise
他
and
很喜欢
permission.
小孩子，
She
有
loves
吉祥
children.
纹则大吉。吉祥纹啊，
Auspicious
师尊见过
marks
什么叫吉祥纹？
Grandmaster has seen it.
啊
What is
师
it?
尊暂时在这里不讲，在这里，在这。师尊
I
有
will
时候
not
看你的
talk
手，
about it
你
here.
手掌里面有吉祥纹，
Sometimes Grandmaster would check your
那个时
palm,
候
and there would
这是
be
最好。
the auspicious
手掌
mark
上有吉祥纹，
on the palm, and that would be the best kind.
甚至于脸上有吉祥纹，
And sometimes on the face, there's the auspicious
它
mark.
这个纹路都会出现的。这个是巨纹，巨纹。
So these marks would appear.
第四种天生。
So this is the inborn lines or marks go.
第五种
That was the 4th kind. And then the 5th kind
具有4种功德或具三
go
2种
with
功德，
numerous
其
resemblance.
他论
Those
作
with
中
4,
亦称为
3, or
具
2
德。
merits.
此领于
In
具象
other treatises, it is also called inborn ox skull.
众相具备的4种功德，或具有3种功德、2种功德，其他论作中称为具摩尼。此领于具象
Those
即为同一性相。
is considered as the same type as the elephant
具莲
skull. In addition, there is also the so-called the lotus skull family type. This is relied and used by the Vajra master in the 4th empowerment.
必无论为何，
No matter which
它不管是
sources,
怎么样子，都应该
any
具有华卷。
they have
华卷
with natural curly hair.
头发当
This is
中，
very special.
它有特别的头发会卷起来，特别的
Of
头
her
发会
hair, there would be some special hair that is curly.
又很妩媚，眼睛
Very
非常的妩媚
charming eyes.
眉际无断，就眉毛
unbroken
没有断
eyebrows,
没有断，它的眉毛是很整齐的。
very tidy,
口跟息有色香味，
and musk odor from the mouth and
都
breath
有
and
色香味
breath,
都有色香的味道。
the odor of
前
musk.
有一鬓齿，它的这个牙齿呢
And her
有两颗
teeth,
像兔宝宝的牙齿，有一鬓齿相并的兔宝宝的
they are like a pair
兔子
of
的牙齿。
like a rabbit teeth.
乳尖时，髻上3竖纹，额上1竖纹，
From breast, 3 vertical lines above the navel, a vertical
下
line
身丰腴，
in between the
连
eyebrows, voluptuous
这个连
bottom,
无须，这个就很难了。
no pubic hair.
一般来讲，连都有须，连都有须。
Typically speaking, all lotuses would have pubic hair.
白虎
In Taiwanese, we call that the white
白
tiger.
虎，一般来讲，一般人对白虎是拒绝的。
Ordinary people would reject the
很
white
多人对
tigers.
白虎是拒绝的，白虎是拒绝的，因为普通人如果娶了有白虎的，
Ordinary people would
他
reject
很容易死。
white tigers because ordinary men,
台湾人的习
if they have a
不知道外面
white tiger wives, then it's easy for them to die. That's the custom in Taiwan.
有一个人是白虎，在
They
座
were
的
born without
当中
any
有一
hair.
个人是白虎，白
And
虎是谁啊？
there was one person here, there is a white tiger. Who is that?
白虎是谁？没有人讲。
Nobody
师母啊。
say. That's Simu.
师母是白虎，
Simu is the
一般
white
人不敢
tiger.
娶白虎的女子。
Most people don't dare to marry a white tiger. But in Tantrayana, that's a mark of a consort.
师母是从年轻的时候就是白虎，
Simu has always been the white tiger since she was young.
连无须，
No pubic hair. That's very rare.
两边的这个都有肉，不是瘦的。
Full cheeks, not the skinny one, hollow one, but
有龙脑
muscular.
花香，它身上有龙脑，龙脑是一种药的名字，
smells of
跟花的香味
Dipterocarpaceae,
形态
which is a long now, which is camphor-like,
若具此等
relaxed and calm,
为合适
composed,
成就之一。
and anyone endowed with these qualities can be relied upon
这样子的才
for attainment.
明妃，天生的明妃，
If you have these qualifications, then you are inborn
你
consort.
才能够有成就。
You have to rely on this kind of consort in order to have attainment. And you would have attainment yourself and the
两个
consort
人就
too.
会发出光芒，
And the two will radiate light, rays of light. So there are many requirements for consort, not just anyone. That's not the case. You just find a girl and you say that she's your consort. That's wrong.
必无论如何应具华简，也
So
眉际无断。
no matter which sources it comes from, anyone with some natural curly hair, charming eyes, unbroken eyebrows, musk odor from the mouth, and breath. Each one is a merit. It's impossible to have one with all of them, but if you have 4 or less, like a pair of rabbit teeth in the front, that's bigger teeth. Vertical line at the brow, 3 vertical lines above the navel. Voluptuous bottom, no pubic hair. Full cheeks, smells of dipterocarpaceae or camphor. Relaxed and calm, composed. So only those with this kind of qualities can involve in the dual body practice. In summary, the more qualities of a karma mudra, the better. Or anyone with 3, 2, or even 1 can be accepted, but not anyone without any of the above qualities. So it's written very clearly, it has to have at least 1. Otherwise, without any of them, you cannot. The key here is without any of these qualities, she cannot become a consort. So a consort is not taken lightly. And these 5 types or 5 kinds of consorts are considered inborn or born with. And there are also consorts upon purification and training, which is divided into 3, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. So what we are talking about belongs to the highest Yoga Tantra. The consorts. Weight loss. It would stop naturally when the boat reached the shore, but for your weight, then the boat would sink. So according to the look of a consort, it would never be very heavy like a water barrel. Although the bottom is round, but the waist is slim. So you cannot say that my bottom is round, but you have no waist. So if you have no waist, then that's it. So consorts cannot be like a water barrel. We know someone is like that. So she doesn't have the look or the form of a consort. The boss called and asked Xiaoming, Xiaoming, can you work overtime tomorrow? And Xiaoming replied, sure. However, tomorrow is Sunday. I may be late because there are many people on the bus. And the boss said, oh, it's okay. But how much time do you need? And Xiaoming said, maybe by Monday. So that's the reply of Xiaoming with intelligence. So if Xiaoming is a girl, then he could be a consort because he's very smart. This joke is also related to consort. My name is called really fragrant. You know, a consort will always breathe fragrant air. And the breath from the nose also fragrant, and the sweat is also fragrant. And naturally her body would emit some fragrance smell, including the secret place. Okay, this joke. My name is called Real Fragrant. It's a very beautiful and nice to hear. But the family name is Tze, but it could sound in Chinese like Pu. So maybe the English audience would not know. Because Tze in Chinese is a family name that's pretty common, which is like history, but it also sounds like Pu. How can the Pu be fragrant? Of course not. It's also a joke about the consort, because a consort will have a nice mouth odor and breath and sweat, and the secret place, they're all very fragrant. If a consort has this kind of qualifications, then that's a great marriage. And Simu, when she was young, she had no skin pores, so she never sweat. That's why she's called Li Xiang, fragrant. And also a white tiger. A white tiger. There are no white tiger around, very rare. And Taiwanese say that the white tiger has 3 hair, so which is basically not. So Simu is a white tiger. If you don't believe it, you can ask her. Most people would not dare to marry the white tiger because the white tiger would kill the husbands. Would be game over really soon. Or worry or die, dead. So white tigers kill her man. If a man doesn't cultivate spiritually, he would die upon touching a white tiger. But good thing that I cultivate spiritually. Okay, this is joke about consort. It's beautiful and with thorns, then we call her Rose. Not beautiful, but thorny, then we call her Durian. There are also consorts with thorn. But she has to be beautiful.
至少他眉毛他都是很完整，他吐出来的气都是。
And the eyebrows are complete. The breath is fragrance, and the eyes are charming. So if they're very, but if your eyes are very like staring, mean, with meanness, then that's durian.
这个太太问老公：“你当初为什么追我？”
The wife asked the husband, "Why did you court me or chase after me before?" And the husband said, "Because the fortune teller said that you would be able to help the husband." And she said, "Where was the fortune teller? I want to check mine too." There was an elderly with the pockmark on the eyebrow next to the station. And I want to scorn him if I find him. So this wife must not be a consort, because the couple is not in harmony. The dad saw the report card of Xiaoming, and the more he read, the angrier he got. So math, English, geography, all bad. You're really bad. What good are you? Is there anything you're good at? And the last line is the health condition is good. Xiaoming has something that belongs to a consort, which is the health condition. Good health. The consorts have good health. Only then they're called consorts. Otherwise, it would be what we will talk about tomorrow. How to purify and make a lady, make a girl to be pure. That originally the girl has no qualification to be a consort, but how to purify her to become pure. There is such a method in Tantrayana. All the men and women have to learn what? To have the qualifications of a consort for the woman. And for the man, all the same. As a spiritual cultivator, you should not be in a rush. You should be calm and relaxed when you walk. And there's one more thing for a consort's qualification. She walks like a lotus steps. What is it? If you've learned the Yuanqi dance, then you would know what lotus steps are. So when a girl walks in the lotus steps, typically, here it only talks about leisurely and relaxed. But if she walks in the lotus steps, then that would be pure and very superior. So please walk the lotus steps and show it to me.
好，你看看，你走看看。
Okay, try it.
我知道你不具有这个明妃的。
I know you don't have the qualifications of a consort, but please show us the lotus steps. If you've learned the Yuan Ji Wu, then you
没有
would
关系，
know.
你在原地上这样子转，
It's okay.
裙子拉起来，
And please pull up your
然后看到你
skirt
的脚步啊，
so that we can see your feet. 你再走看看。 Okay, please walk again. 我告诉你，很少女生走这样子的。 You know, very rare that a girl would walk like that.
那个一般的那个女生在走秀，
When you're on the catwalk,
服装表
on
演
the
的时候
fashion
走秀的时候
show,
他们会走莲花步，
then she would walk like
他
that.
们有些人会走莲花步。那莲花步平时走路像莲花步的这样子，
But when a girl normally walks in the lotus steps, that would be considered one merit.
当然，那个明仪法师他是
Of course, Reverend Ming Yi
非的，但是他学过
is not
演
endowed
就
with
懂得莲花步。
consort's qualification, but
莲
she's
花步是这样
learned
子走
the Yuan Ji dance, so she
这样走完
knows
出来，这只脚
how to
弯这样
dance,
这只脚
how to
弯
walk
出来
in
这
lotus
脚
steps.
这只脚弯出来，这
So
脚
one leg, one feet, one feet, one feet.
所以我们每一个人都有特征的，每一个人
So every one of us have some unique characteristic,
代表
like
兄
the
弟，
eyebrows, which represent our
其实我们
brothers.
兄弟很少，所以我们眉毛就
Grandmaster
很稀
has
疏，
few
眉毛
brothers,
就很
so that's why my eyebrows are not very
没
thick,
有兄弟
which means I have no brothers.
啊。你看兄弟，看眉毛，
To see brothers, you check the
看
eyebrows.
财财
The
金
nose
钱多在
represents the money and wealth.
金钱能赚钱不能赚钱都在。
How much money you will earn, they're all at the tip of the
你
nose.
看眼睛的后面，
And the
两个
end
眼睛
of
的
the
后
two
面
eyes,
这两块
right
看
here,
桃花，
it's to
眼
check
睛后
for
面
your
两块看桃
romances.
花。你有没有桃花？
How
既有
much,
大桃花
how
可以
many
看桃花，
romances? If you have a big one, you can become a president.
还有小桃花。
If there's like a medium and a
后
small,
面看桃花。
we call it peach blossoms in Chinese.
看年轻的时候，额头看年轻，
And the forehead is for your youth.
这个从眉毛到鼻头
And from the
看中
eyebrow to the tip of the nose is middle age.
看完
And from the tip of the nose to the chin is the later years of your life. And here is the
比
your
较没有贵人。
maids, attendants,
你如
and
果是圆满，会
helpers.
有贵人，
If it's skinny and
有人
long,
帮你。
then you have not much
这里叫牛
helpers.
土工，
But if it's rounded
这
and
里叫
full, then you
含
have
美
lots of
工
helpers.
含美工
So
这
this
里
is
耳朵
that's
是看
for
长寿
wealth,
的，
and the ears are for longevity.
在耳朵看兄弟，
Brothers for the eyebrows,
看智慧，
to
在
see
眼睛，
the
看智
wisdom
慧
in
在
the
眼睛
eyes.
你眼
To
睛
check for
看起来
wisdom,
你有
you
智慧
look,
一看就知道你
you
有
check
没有
your eyes. Whether you have wisdom or not, you can check by seeing the eyes.
才能
Brothers,
功
wisdom,
名
wealth,
功。
helpers.
另外，你得的财是到远方还是近方？
So the money that
就
you
可以知
get,
道你得的财在远方
is
还
it
是在
at
近
the
方
faraway
你的贵
places
人
or
有
the
多少
nearby?
看你的泥土
You check your
你
lips
的金钱有多少
and how
看你的财
many
美功你的
helpers
智慧有多少
wisdom eyes, brother's eyebrows, the romances or the magnetism at the end of the eyes. And then so you can check your palm too. The lines in your palms. So how many children you have? Like if the lines are very shallow, then you know those are the baby spirits. And you can tell it once you hold your fist. So you have all these imprints, you have all these marks. The same for the consort. So if you're wise, then you would not have like a dead fish eyes. The eyes are very lively, very vibrant. So whether you're smart or not, you can check the eyes in your hands. If they're eyelashes, then they would be very smart. But the stupid one, just like this, just two lines. But if they're eyelashes, then they would be the smart ones. That's all for today.